Okay, so we have, I'm gonna move this over here. We have an 8x10 canvas. Thank you, Marilyn. I need some red coffee, don't I? I don't know why I'm so tensed up. I need to take a chill pill. We have an 8x10 canvas shown here. And thank you for the sprinkles. Yeah, I saw that Christy Hawkins was unable to go live today. So, I don't know. Okay, so I am working on an 8x10 canvas, and here's what we're gonna do. I am going to paint very loosey-goosey, thanks Pam, loosey-goosey red stripes on my canvas. And then we are going to put our USA on top of the stripes. We're gonna fancy up the stripes a little bit. And then I had these bottle rings that I got on Etsy. Some are fat, some are skinny, just all different kinds of shapes. And I used my nippers to just cut things into the pieces I want. This one was kind of round, and so I just cut it apart until I could come up with like a little U, all right? And then I took two more of the, I gotta make sure I do this right. I took two more little small rings to put those together to make an S. And I know these aren't in the right place, but we'll get there. And then I loved this one so much. I found this one at the very bottom, and it just looks like an A already. So I was like very blessed to have that happen, because normally I would just use like a blue glass strip and just make the 3 flat letters. Okay, so very lucky that I ended up with this thing, and that was just pure luck. So I'm gonna move these back off again, and like I said, I just got the bottle ring and kind of decided on my shape and just knit until I had the pieces that I wanted, okay? So I'm gonna move these back off, and I'm gonna show you how we're gonna do our stripes. So that's our S, that's our U. Thank you for the sprinkles. Okay, so here's what I did. This is an 8x10. That means this is 8 inches on the short ends. And this is 10 inches here. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna mark off inches, okay, on both ends. So I'm just gonna take, and I already did it on one side, but I'm just gonna take my measuring tape, and I'm gonna use a watercolor pencil. Use a pink or a red to make yours. All I found was my blue one, so I'm just using blue. So I just ticked off every inch and made a little mark on my canvas so that I could keep in the lines. So then I'm just gonna do the same over here, okay? So I'm gonna tick off my inches. Let me do it this way so I can see. So here's 1, 2, 3. That way I can at least somewhat stay on task without it being a hot mess. I may do one in the middle too. That way there are good stripes. Whoa, Nelly. Okay, so 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. So now, if you're not really good at keeping a straight line, you can totally like mask off like every few stripes, paint the red, peel your tape, let it dry, mask off, that kind of thing. But I'm just gonna go for it, okay? I'm just gonna go for it, and we're gonna use the red. I'm gonna do the white first, because if it bleeds over, I'm just gonna let it. So I'm gonna do my white stripes, then I'm gonna come in with cherry red and do the red stripes, and then we're gonna use a white Posca and a gold metallic marker to kind of, yay Kathy, I'm so glad you love it. We'll just kind of add some details with a couple of markers, and then we will put our USA on. Okay, so that'll be super fun. right, so let's just get started. Let me find me a decent size. I don't want it to be too big, but I don't want it to be a baby either. So let me find a decent size paintbrush. That'll work. And we're gonna put some white on our palette for, almost made a mess, y'all. I need to take a breath, right? Take a breath. I don't know why I guess, like when things are freezing and I start like panicking, I get myself into a tizzy and I need to chill out, right? So let's just get some white. Hey, Amy, how are ya? Let's just get some white on and take a breath and stop stressing out so much. So I'm just gonna willy-nilly get every other stripe done in the white, and I'm just gonna go ahead and carry it over the edge as well. I need like 3 red coffees, Julie. I need a bunch. I don't know what's my problem today. I think I just felt like I had so much to do today because taking my mom, every year I take my mom on a beach. Her happy place is the beach as well, just like most of us. And so every year I try to take her to the beach in or around May. Her birthday is in May, and of course Mother's Day. So I try to take her to the beach, and that is tomorrow. So I'm taking my mom to the beach tomorrow. And you guys know I was out of town this past week at Sub Summit in Texas with a bunch of really smart, wonderful ladies. And so I came home with a million things to do, and I think I just got myself into a tizzy. I don't handle stress well. So we're gonna get these white stripes on, and then we'll come back and add red. Now I'm not worried about them being perfect. If they got a little overlap, y'all know I like to blend all the colors together anyway. So if they have a little overlap, I'm not gonna worry too much about it. I am gonna get those sides though, because this canvas seems to be a smidge icky. Okay, yes. So yeah, so we're going, I'm taking my mom is 84 on her birthday this past May. And her sister is going as well, who is, 73 maybe? I can't remember how old you are, Debbie, if you're watching. 73, I think. So we're taking them to the beach, Lee and I, and gonna have us a grand old time. The mama loves the beach. And Gulf Shores is her happy place. That's where we're going. She's been, thank you, Christina. She's been, aw, Judy, I love you, boo. Everybody send Judy Bondurant, my aunt, big warm loves. She, take me with Margie. Baby, you're on next time. Miss Judy, I hope you don't mind me saying this, Judy, out loud to the whole universe, but Judy is my aunt, and she lost her husband last week. And so y'all send her some big loves and hearts because she is on the struggle bus, and she probably needs this vacation way more than me. Maybe I'll just send you with Mama next time. I'll stay home. That's mean. I should take that back. That's just mean. That's mean. So I'm just gonna try to hold my breath while I do this. And you know what? If I make a little boo-boo, I'll just fix it. It's just paint, right? I tell that to my little folks all the time. It's just paint. It's gonna be okay. Judy, you are so loved. Yes, Anne. Okay, here's the last little white stripe, and then we'll start using some color. I know it's like, I can't even tell what she's doing. All right. Can y'all hear my iPad backlashing on me? It's making noises. All right, almost there. Almost there. We'll have to try to do a little bit better on our red, or else we'll just smear it all together. How about that? Yes. All right, so let's do red. This is cherry red. Moving to Fort Morgan in 3 weeks. You go, girl. I'm jelly. I'm so jelly. No, I'm not. I was gonna hit this with, I need to hit this with my heat gun just so I don't get my hands in it. So we'll just give it a quick once over. It doesn't have to be perfectly dry, just a little. Julie, sometimes you gotta do that, don't you? Sometimes you gotta do that. Okay, so I can't tell you how many canvases I've painted over in my lifetime, but it is definitely plenty of them. All right, so I'm gonna start on my edge because this top stripe is red. So I'm gonna get my edge done. That way it's nice and covered for whoever is gifted this piece and to be in the drawing to be gifted. All you gotta do is sprinkle. Come back and tell us you sprinkled, and we will draw a name from those sprinkles to be gifted. All right, I'm gonna get my little edges. I'm just gonna go ahead and do the edges on this whole side. And here. And here, it's kind of hard to see. 1, because I'm a little blind. And 2, because I'm looking sideways. Okay, and here. And don't feel like it's got to be perfect, guys. This is art. This is supposed to be fun art. And honestly, I like things to be a little messy. I don't know if y'all have noticed that about me, but trying to be perfect is not in my wheelhouse. And looks like we may have a troll. Do we have a troll? Hang on, guys. Give me 1 second. Hang on. Hang on, y'all. Give me 1 minute. There we go. Yeah, he's gone. He's gone. Troll has been removed. That's so annoying. Why do men do that? Why do they do that? Yeah, do not feed the trolls. All right, so red is done. I'm gonna turn it back around. Hey, y'all. Okay, so now we'll do the stripes across the top. And again, I'm not gonna try to be perfect. I'm just going to do my very best. And then we will do a little blendy. I haven't had a troll in a long time, so I guess we should be happy about that. It's been a hot minute. But lately they seem to be out in full force. Y'all get those too? So annoying. Yeah, I got him. I got him. He gone. I'm trying to hold this with my little fingers. Yeah, what normally happens is they come on and they like want to say hi to everybody, just waiting on somebody to respond, and then they will like email or message you and say, "Can we be friends?" And then you're in trouble. Then they like hack your page, do crazy things. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? It's so annoying. All right, strike one. This is gonna take a minute, but that's okay. So let's do stripe two. They just prey on people. Hey, Tony. Hey, Betty. I don't like that. I don't like people that prey on the weakness of other people. It's just wrong. It's wrong on all the levels. All right, I'm kind of getting out of line, but we're gonna work with it. We're gonna make it a little messy. We're gonna add some gold and some whites and make it a little messy anyway, so we're not gonna stress about it too much. Oh, girl, I'm holding my breath. It's not that simple. I'm holding my breath because my hands are a little shaky today, and so it's not that easy for me. And I'm just sitting here thinking as I'm painting the stripes, what was I thinking? Because stripes are not easy, and here's what you can do if they're not easy for you, is to do this. I'll show you. And just lay that down on your little tick marks, and then you can just paint like this. I'm gonna just do this one side so you can kind of see. This makes it easy. Then you can put it on the top, and it makes it a little faster and a little easier. But if I had the right size tape, I would do that. I'm gonna go all the way up, but I don't. And then I would have to paint, dry, paint, dry, paint, dry. And it's just gonna be faster if I just paint it. But this is totally what you can do, and then just pull it up, and you got a halfway decent line. So, we're gonna paint. Let me get some more. Teresa says she tapes too, yeah. Most people do, and it makes very good sense to do that, but nobody has ever accused me of having very good sense, so. I don't need to hear anything from the peanut gallery of people out there who know me well about my good sense. All right, so let's do this one. Then we'll do the top of that last one. And then we're gonna mess it up. Make it a little messier. We don't want it to be perfect, right? Hey, Glenda. Stencil for stripes. Sharon, pray tell, where did you get that? A stripe stencil. Normally I use tape. But not happening today. I can't make things easy for myself, right? Gotta make it difficult. Almost there. And then what we're gonna do is I'm gonna get another brush, and we're gonna do something crazy, hopefully. All right, I'm gonna get another brush. So we have two handy essential stencil. I love them. Love them. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do, just to kind of break it up and make it a little messy, they give them winter, so I not see any death, never. Somebody tell Rose, we don't pick and choose people. We literally draw a name from a hat. So it's not like we're controlling that. We put everybody's name in a hat. I'm not trying to be unfair. I'm trying to be as fair as I can by putting everybody's name in a hat and then drawing a name. I don't control it. I don't put names back. I don't, oh my goodness. I don't have any control. All right, so now I'm gonna take, while that red is wet, I'm gonna take my white and I'm gonna come back in and I am just gonna go right along that edge and smear that line. I'll show you that close up in just a second. All right. So let me show you what you end up with. So see how this line is kind of blurred now? Okay, so now we'll do more red. And I'm just gonna smear the lines really quickly between my stripes, just so they're kind of blurred and not perfect. Oh, poo, look what I did. All right, hang on. I gotta get that off. It's really hard to cover up that kind of a boo-boo. All right. It's on, that's because it's on my fingers. All right, let's go back into the red and I'm gonna hit the top of this again. Let me just get the middle really fast so it's nice and solid. Well, Rose, I hope you win this one. But again, it's gonna be done legit. It wouldn't be fair otherwise. All right, I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna flip it this way a little. I'm gonna go into my white, and where the red and white mix and my red is wet, I'm gonna smear that line. Get the white and smear. Just blend it a little bit. Put a little white in there too. Oh, well, I'm trying to make them where if you don't tape, they still work. They're gonna be just a little messy. And it's like we're doing it messy on purpose. So if you have a mess, you can say, hey, it's supposed to be that way. Supposed to. All right, we get our white again. Let me rinse that a little. Go into our white. And let me hold my canvas. And we'll get right up next to there and just run that white along the edge. And go on the side. And just make that a blurred line. I like it. Me like it. Let me see. I'm gonna clean up my fingers. And holding the canvas with my fingers and they're all dirty. Okay. Now we're gonna go back to our red. And we'll do the middle first. Because it's gonna dry. It's so hot here, it's gonna dry fairly quickly. We want that edge to be wet when we do the whites. I'll see I'm a little off kilter, but we're gonna go with it. We're gonna make it happen. We're gonna get in our white again. I'm gonna turn it this way. And we're gonna come down and overlap into that red a little to get our blurred line. Come on, a little dry there. And I think even the messier, the better. I'm gonna add just a little bit of white here and there, since we have red in the white. I like that. So let's just keep going. We gotta do the bottom of this one. We're almost there, guys. Yeah. Hopefully the replay won't have a problem, because it is a little out of my control. And from what I understand, there have been a lot of people, maybe it's not just me, there's been a lot of people struggling with the interweb or with Facebook. It could be a combination problem. All right, so we're gonna come right up next to this red and blur that line again. Last stripe, y'all. Oh, I'm tired of holding my breath. I'm gonna move that up so I can move this up and make sure y'all can see this. So I'm gonna get the middle first again to ensure it's all covered nicely. Just get that middle portion. Then we'll come up and hit that edge. We'll grab our whites and I gotta go this way, don't I? Get right up next to, smear that red line. Let me turn it this way, it'll just be easier. All right, I'm gonna come up, add a little white here and there. Bottom, and that's it. So let's do the bottom one. This would be super cute a bunch of different ways. You could do red and white stripes. I'm gonna give y'all some hints and ideas. You could do red and white stripes on a canvas and then do a blue heart or a blue star, and then make your star out of glass. That would be so pretty. So you could do a heart right in the middle with blue glass, cobalt or Pacific blue. And then, or you could do a star. That would be super cool. And have your little set. Right on that edge. So I'm grabbing up a little bit of that red as I go. And I'm gonna grab that white and just hit some of the edge where I've been touching it so much. And we'll run, whoa, that was much. That was a little much. And look, I have a little bit of red on my brush from smearing it there. So we'll just add a little here and there of that too. Hang on. Blech. Hang on, let me fix that one. There we go. Now, nothing is perfect, just like the rest of us, right? Let's get this dry. Let's get her dry. Oh. Yes, a blue glass heart, a star. We'll get this dry. And then get our USA on. Yay, 190. Y'all are sharing and showing some love. Thank you guys. If you're new, if this is your first time hanging out with us, will you let us know? Just just comment and say first time and let me know so I can shout you out. I'm gonna clean up my red just a little on the end since we're gifting. I don't want it to be ugly. I'll show you the stripes up close once I clean them up a little. You go, Terry. 3 times sharer, sprinkler. I'll get myself in trouble. All right, now let's go on this side. Jeannie, first time. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you spending a few minutes of your evening with us. So much. We do not take that for granted. Do not. That you would pop on and even spend 5 minutes with us is fantastic. Okay, so check it out. I'm gonna hold it up close so you can kind of see how the edges are kind of smeary. Thank you, Donna, for being here. Donna Simmons, appreciate you as well. Okay, I'm gonna hit these edges real quick and get that dry. Otherwise, y'all know me, it's gonna be on my hands. Thank you, Barbara, for being here for the 3rd time. I appreciate you too. Y'all know I'd have this red all over me again. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do with this, guys. So, I already talked about this. Thank you, Leslie. Already talked about this, but, oh, we gotta do our stripes. Oh my goodness. So, here's what we're gonna do thank you, Brenda, just to jazz it up just a little bit, okay? I have this pen. It's my new favorite pen, even though it's the fat one and not the skinny one. It is a Deco Color Metallic Gold pen. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Cheryl. So we're gonna prime that a little. And then I'm just gonna check it on the back of something to make sure it's releasing gold. Look how pretty that gold is. And I am going to use this pen. Hey, Christine from Wales. I'm just going to go back and forth in a few spots to give it a little oomph. All that smoke, y'all, I'm so sorry. Oh, 1 week old granddaughter. So sweet. So I'm right on I don't want to cover up my little smeared line, but really close to the edge on the red or on the gold. I'm just going to make some short strokes. I'm not going to try to cover the whole thing, but work on your gold, on your white, and make a few little metallic lines. We'll cover that up. Y'all are so sweet. Thank you for all the sprinkles. It is called Deco Color Premium Metallic Gold. Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Amazon, Oh my goodness. All you guys up north, I'm so sorry for y'all. So this is white Posca. It's white Posca paint pen. They also have these at Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Amazon. Oh my goodness, that's so crazy. So now I'm gonna test this one, make sure it's coming out well. So that white's coming out really nice. And here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use it to kind of hit a few places in the red. All right, so I'm just gonna make a few little accent lines in the red. I'm not trying to do anything specific. I'm not trying to be perfect. I'm not trying to edge it off. Just get a little bit of white and gold on there. Just gives it a little more oomph. You like oomph? Gives it a little more pizzazz, a little more oomph. And literally we used 2 colors, red and white. 2 colors. All right, so these are the little pieces that I broke and chipped out of glass rings, okay? So they start kind of like this, either thicker or fatter. You can see some of these kind of slumped down. So a lot of times they just soften. Thank you, Jennifer. A lot of times they just soften like this in a nice ring. Sometimes if they're thicker, they will slump down like this. But I literally just broke some of these rings, and I'll show you kind of what I did. So you can just take your nippers, decide how you want, where you want it to be nipped, depending on what letter you're making. And you can literally take your nippers and very gently just nip that. Now it's nipped on that one end, but we need to nip it somewhere else too. So I'm just gonna make right on the opposite edge. I'm gonna do it again, just nip it. And now it's 2 pieces. I bought these rings on Etsy, okay? Try Etsy and try eBay glass bottle rings. And see, now you have like a cute little S. You need to nip that off a little more. But you can make all kinds of letters with these rings. So I had some that were slumped that I'm gonna use for my U and my A. And then I had to cut myself an S, okay? So we have a few little pieces that we're gonna use for our S. So we're gonna try to make it look as much like an S as possible. I'm trying to think if I have this wrong. No, that's right. Or unless it's this way. Hang on, y'all. Maybe it's this way. So it's more like this, USA. And then we'll try to get it where it's supposed to be. USA. Hang on. So just kind of finagle them to where you want them. So that's not perfect, but it's okay. And these things lay flat on your canvas, so you don't really have to flip the top and the bottom. It doesn't quite work the same. Yes. See, I'll do that. US. See, that needs to swerve around. I guess it's all the same in the wash, isn't it? Does that look funny? We're not going to stress about it, all right? So now we have USA. And like I said, these are kind of flat. And I see some debris I need to get off. Hang on. All right, so there is no need for us to glue anything. They can just stay where they are. And we're gonna mix up some resin, and we're only gonna mix up like a ½ ounce. And here's another thing you could do, guys. I can't get my cups apart. Ugh. So here's another thing you could do if you wanted, and that is take your pen. You could use your black pen, or you could use your gold pen, or whatever you want. And in your white stripes, you could write, God bless America, or you could write Star Spangled Banner, or you could write thank you, Chantel. You could write the beginning of the Pledge of Allegiance, the beginning of the National Anthem. You could just write in those stripes and kind of give yourself a little more pizzazz there as well. Did it look better the other way? Should I flip it? Yes or no? I'm going to start mixing while we decide. So you could totally write some words and stuff. Go back to the other way. Okay. I'm going to let y'all decide. Because somebody is going to be getting this. And I want you guys to be happy. U.S. Was that it? Hang on. I don't want somebody to get it and be like, I don't want that. Okay, hang on. I gotta make something happen here. All right, I'm getting on my own nerves, y'all. Getting on my own nerves. I can't remember if the little piece was. Hang on. All right, I'm leaving it. Once we get the resin on, we can wiggle it around if we need to. If it needs to go up or down or whatever, we can micromanage that once we get the resin on, because now it's not going to stay no matter what we do. So we're going to go ahead and mix our resin. All right, so I'm going to mark, thank you, Tony. I'm going to mark off 1/4 ounce line. I need a baby cup. These are too big. Hang on. We use a little 1 ounce. That's a 2 ounce cup. So we will use this one. So I'm going to mark off 1/4. I probably don't need this much, but I'm going to mark off 1/4 ounce line. What? Thank you, Catherine. 1/4 ounce line, if I can find it again. Where to go? Right here. And then a 1/2 ounce line right here. And we'll just mix right here in this 1 cup. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh my goodness, y'all. I'm so sorry that is happening up there. It hasn't reached the south. Something. You could take your gold pen and make stars. Like, I'm gonna make one. Like you could make, let me get a piece of tape. You could, around the outside of your canvas, around the stripes and stuff, you could totally take your pen and just make stars like this. Should we make a couple and then let them dry before we resin? You could totally do that. That would be so cute. Let me show you. So you could totally make some cute little gold stars to jazz it up a little more. I may just keep this simple, unless y'all think we should. Might just make a couple. I almost can't stop, right? I can't stop. Yes, let's do one here. Fill it in. And we'll do one here. Hang on, I gotta hold my mouth right. Oh my goodness. Let's do, and we'll do here. I'm just full of big ideas today that I don't want to fall through with myself. We'll do one here. Fill them in. We'll do one here. That gives it a little extra something. We're going to do one more thing because I can't stop now. I can't stop now, right? So now that we've done that, let me check. That pen is dead. Let's just throw it away. Let me check and see if we can. I'm going to take my little black pen now, and we're going to outline these stars just in a few little spots. Black marker, our black graphic pen, just to help them stand out a little more. Oh my goodness, perfect. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I have even number. Oh my heavens. Y'all about let me get away with that, didn't you? Let me do another one. Let me turn it this way. Yeah, we'll put one down here or something. Y'all know I have to use my little pen. Let's see. Let's do one more. We'll do it. I got 3, 3. Let's do, I don't want to line anything up. So let's just go here. Right there. That'll work. I did, Deanna. I'm so excited about that. You know we're going to use that, right? You know I'm going to have to do something. Gonna have to. Look at that. That looks so good, y'all. I'm going to hold it up. The stars sure made it a little fun, more fun, didn't it? All right, so now let's get to the resin. Let's put our gloves on. Scoot her up. It's a little too far away from me, so I'm gonna do that. Bring it a little closer. And we're gonna pour our resin. We're gonna make a 1/2 ounce of resin. I'm so disorganized over here. So we're gonna use a 1/4 ounce of hardener in our cup. I'm gonna be very careful. Very careful. And because if you're mixing this small amount, just go slow if you're mixing in 1 cup. If you're a newbie, don't mix in 1 cup. That is how we make serious boo-boos. So if you're new, you want to mix the resin in 1 cup, the hardener in the other, and then pour the 2 into 1 cup. That way you are certain to have a proper measurement. I like risk, so I'm putting it all in one. It looks blank now at the top. Oh, y'all are killing me. Am I gonna have to add 2 more stars? How about if we do, I don't know, to line them up. Okay, we're gonna go right in the middle. And we'll do 1 here. Just so we still have an odd number. How's that? I'm gonna give that a minute. Do not let me, that's still wet. So don't let me forget to do this. So I'm just gonna lay this right here while we mix resin, okay? So I'm gonna mix my resin. Y'all killing me. I'm gonna mix the resin for 3 minutes and we can chat while I stir for 3 minutes. Catherine is going to give me a heads up when it's done. So next week, what is today? Today's the 7th, so next week is the 14th of June. Should we do one more patriotic thing or should we move right into summer fun? Who wants to move into summer fun? And who wants one more patriotic for the 4th of July? I think it looks better now too. It did look a little blank up there. I was trying not to think about it. Because that's how it rolls. Summer, Jane says, move on to summer. Amber wants to move on to summer too. One more patriotic. I had so many ideas in my head for patriotic. I kind of wanted to do like a little jar with a pinwheel painted with like a flag. But I needed to do something a little quicker because I've got so much to do. Y'all, have not packed. My clothes are still in the washing machine. So, I still have clothes to clean. Summer fun. Summer fun. Maybe over the weekend, for those who want one more patriotic, maybe I'll dig up something from the archives that y'all haven't seen in a while, a couple years, because I've been doing this almost 6 years. I feel certain that there's something back in the archives y'all don't know we've done. We had some really cute flags that we did on 4x12s. Your Amber's clothes are still in the washer too. Some really loosey-goosey flags that we did using palette knives that I could post. I had a sunflower flag, a sunflower painted in red, white, and blue that I've done. I've got a lot of patriotic stuff in my back pocket from years and years ago. Maybe we can just repost one of those over the weekend for those who want another patriotic, because we got a bunch. I got a bunch. Catherine, if you tell me time's up and I ignore you for 30 seconds, it's just because my iPad is really lagging. So, yeah, the sunflower in red, white, and blue, sunflower flag. Yes, thank you, Catherine. Maybe I'll repost that over the weekend so that y'all can check that out. Thank you, Deanna. And I'm going to set this down and do this. Hey, Brandy. Let's outline this one since it's dry now. Just very loose strokes. Don't try to outline it perfectly unless you want to. Then you just do you. Do what you want. The one using a palette knife would be great. Yes. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to drizzle over my glass, and I may end up, once it's wet with the resin, I may stop and like pick them up and smear some of it on the bottom. Having a little bit of resin on the canvas before I do that is going to keep them in place. So it's going to make them a little sticky. So remember when I was trying to get that S right and it just wouldn't, it was just going where it wanted to go. So that'll help me get it in place and it not wiggle around too much. And I'll also be able to get a little bit of the resin underneath the letters too. So I'm going to turn that sideways. I'm going to smear that out. I'm going to smear that resin around, and then we'll stick it back. All right, then we're going to do the same thing here. Just make sure it's completely covered. I'll use my stick to spread that resin, and then we'll put this right back where it was. Now we know that there's resin underneath, there's resin on the glass, and there's resin on the canvas. So we'll do that here. And if anything needs adjusting, we can do that in the end. I'm sure that S is going to need some love. So we will get it resined, get the glass done, and then I'll come back to that S because I know it's going to need some help. So let's pick this one up, cover it top and bottom so we ensure that it sticks to the canvas. We'll put it back. Now I can turn it the right way, and we'll micromanage it just a little bit before we finish the rest. All right, I like that. It's all where it should be. It's all covered, it's spaced appropriately. All right, so now I can just take the rest of my resin and I'm gonna go around the outside edge. Green flashes. Somebody said that a few weeks ago and I was like, what in the world? I don't know what that means. So let me put that aside. And now I'm just gonna use my fingers to spread the resin to the edges. This is so cute, y'all. I'm so glad I decided to do this. So cute. Very patriotic. So don't forget, if you're interested in potentially being gifted this cute little patriotic USA art piece, all you need to do to be in the drawing is sprinkle the page, let your friends know that we're here, that we'd love to have them join us during our Wednesday lives, and then let me know that you did that by coming back here and saying I sprinkled. And then your name will go in the hat and we will draw a winner and we will gift you this wonderful piece. Now I need to check my letters again. Make sure they're all where they need to be. Fix that. They're all good. I'm gonna take these sticky gloves off. Thank you for the sprinkles. And I'm gonna grab my little bead tool and kind of push this in a little. There we go. Make sure everything is where I want it, so everything's good. Now I'm just gonna take my heat gun and I am going to hit it with a little heat to pop any bubbles that we had when we mixed the resin. All right, and I see I got a little drip on the edge, so I'm gonna go ahead and elevate this. I'm gonna pick her up, hold it up to the camera a little closer. Is that not cute? And that blue glass just really pops on those red stripes. So let's get that tucked under so I don't glue it to my table. And voila, look at that. How cute is that?